What is the song that you love most that has to do with a place that matters to you? I grew up an American citizen, still one. That felt so lucky as a child, and I learned so many songs from Grand Old Flag to America the Beautiful to This Land Is My Land to the Star Spangled Banner. And when I was 8 or 9 or 10, I remember carefully memorizing all 4 verses of the Star Spangled Banner because it was the national anthem and it just seemed like a fun thing to do. I have been working on rememorizing the lyrics because I think the first verse is not as interesting to me anymore as the second, third, and fourth verses. Now, not everybody likes the song, and our country has had a lot of debates over whether we stand, kneel, respect the flag. This morning, I got to look at the Grand Union flag at the top of what looks like a castle, but was more of a fort, I believe. And it's here in Somerville, where I'm currently living. And the stories of valor, courage, and fighting for not so much the idea of freedom, but for some sense of safety for one's family. That notion is, I think, universal to the planet Earth experience. Charles Simic wrote, "He who cannot howl will not find his pack." I think that's interesting. I think it's true for women too. And they, them, all of the genders have this experience of needing to sound out, to make a sound, to be found and to find. It's not always interpreted the way you want it to be. You're howling, you're crying, you're singing. I remember being called whiny when I was in high school by my first serious boyfriend. I ended up embracing it and buying a little card that said Whiners Club. But the sense that being in a female body and wanting or needing is seen as weak and complaining, that's something that still feels unfair to me. Now, when we are coming into the truth of who we are over and over again, as we peel back layers, we realize that it's not just strength, but also vulnerability that allows us to be found by the people who will be our long-term friends and allies. And we realize not everybody is for us. And that's maybe okay. As I'm thinking about this country that I've grown up in and all the ways I'm heartbroken by what's been going on the whole time I've been a part of it and for generations before, I am so heartened by the prophecies of the indigenous peoples of these lands, but also by the music and the heartfulness that I encounter in actual humans around me. Yesterday, I went to a pool party to celebrate a new friend's birthday, and today, it's his actual birthday today, I'll offer a little poem or song to him in an audio text. And I met a lot of wonderful new potential friends at that party. And I got to witness life and love happening. And that felt heavenly. I've been thinking a lot about voice reclamation because I'm doing a YouTube series on Wednesdays that's a YouTube live about reclaiming one's voice. I talked with my old friend Eli Shika from high school, and we talked more than sang last week. I still need to listen to the replay or have somebody else listen to the replay to see how much got cut out, because the connection wasn't great. So I think I'm going to hopefully finally get it set up so that it's a Zoom call for this Wednesday. And that feels good, but I want to sing and talk and be a little more deliberate and organized in how that time is used. So I've come up with some guiding questions about reclaiming one's voice. And I'll debut those on Wednesday when I do my YouTube live. But Mondays for musing, the feeling is, if I'm breathing, I'm lucky to be here on the planet. The truth is, we all come into the world with voices that have capacity, unless there's some kind of birth defect where our voice can't work. But still, almost every human body knows how to make sound. I have been claiming, reclaiming, and releasing my voice for my whole life. And my sensate experiences, they are my primary indicator of how free I am. So if I feel a tightening in my throat, if I feel my jaw on lockdown, those sensory cues tell me information that leads me in the direction of action eventually. And it's often deliberate and down the road rather than being immediate. I come back to the question I started with. What is one of your favorite songs that is about a place that is your place, or that is precious to you, or that feels like home? There's so many songs I can think of, but now that I've warmed up my voice a little, I'll sing the final verse of Our Country, if you happen to also have an affinity for the United States despite its legacy of harm. The Star-Spangled Banner, written by Francis Scott Key. It's in the public domain, these lyrics, so it might be worth looking up. Francis lived from 1779 to 1843. And it was actually during the War of 1812, I believe, that this song came into being. So not the American Revolution. And Francis Scott Key was a lawyer. I had forgotten that. I'm looking down at notes on my iPad. But right now, even if there's siren noise outside my window, a final verse. Oh, thus be it ever, when free men shall stand between their loved homes and the war's desolation. Blessed with victory and peace, may the heaven-rescued land praise the power that hath made and preserved us a nation. Then conquer we must, for our cause it is just, and this be our motto, in God is our trust. And the star-spangled banner in triumph shall wave o'er the land of the and the home of the brave. That line, then conquer we must, for our cause it is just. I would change a word. Then conquer we must when our cause it is just. The legacy of war and fighting, I can't get behind it. Francis Scott Key, bless you for writing beautiful 4 verses to a song that is pretty hard to sing. And it persists as a song, but those of you who know the Black national anthem, lift every voice and sing. I think it's actually a better song for a planet in need of healing. Now, I will continue to sing the 4 verses and ask friends to highlight the things in the lyrics that they find most interesting, because it's an historical piece. It's history and it matters, but someday I'll write a song for my country that feels truer. I'll get there. It might not come out for a while. As we choose acts of rest, acts of protest, acts of wondering, may we always choose gratitude while also uplifting the voices that need healing and hearing around us. So I think I can more officially say that here in the space of Monday Morning Muse, I will be uplifting the voices of many teachers this summer, because I think our teachers have really powerful voices that need to be heard. I'll be recording a conversation with a teacher who works out of Cambridge and is moving to Maine later today. And that's what will be on Monday Morning Muse in 2 weeks. And next week, I will be doing a YouTube Live, a Substack Live with Tom Forsyth on Monday. Tom teaches the process of art journaling, and he and I will be live at 9 a.m. Eastern Time in Massachusetts next week. So teaching and also uplifting the work and the voices of teachers over the course of this summer. Thank you for listening and for choosing freedom, rest, graciousness, gratitude. No matter what. I would like to see this world, in my time walking the planet, become a place that feels safer for truth-telling and voices that are weak. I'd rather uplift some of those weak voices than be in a place of my voice mattering the most. All right. Blessings.